This is the Dallas Morning News. It's Monday, January 5th. Mostly cloudy and a bit breezy today with a high of 71. Those clouds will stick around this evening with a low of 55. Here are today's headlines. What began as a symbolic act of solidarity in the heart of Dallas's LGBTQ scene is now a test of city authority. Dallas's Landmark Commission is set to decide Monday whether a historic Oaklawn church can keep its rainbow-painted front steps, a move made after Governor Greg Abbott directed cities to remove rainbow crosswalks and other painted symbols from public streets. Church leaders say the steps on private property were meant as an expression of faith and solidarity with the LGBTQ community, not a political statement. Because the church sits within a designated historic site, certain changes to the property fall under the jurisdiction of the Landmark Commission, a city council-appointed body. The church has urged neighbors and supporters to attend and speak at the 1 p.m. hearing at Dallas City Hall, saying the steps have become a marker of welcome and belonging. The commission's staff recommended approving the steps as a temporary art installation, saying the changes are reversible, temporary, and consistent with preservation standards. A separate task force, however, recommended denial, citing city code provisions governing exterior color changes in historic locations. In other news, Franco Fogliato knows what it takes to compete and the focus required for challenging journeys. The CEO of Richardson-based Fossil recently tackled a 50-mile run near the Colorado River, and he's done more than that in the past, taking on 100-mile treks. Predominantly a trail runner, the routes mean terrain with stones and even snow, and then there's the elevations that can change by thousands of feet in the mountains of Europe. While he can discuss the challenges, Fogliato sees the long-haul experience as fun. Fogliato, who took his new job at Fossil last year, is tapping into that kind of energy and steady determination to help the company that enjoys some brand cash, but one that's faced its own tough terrain. Upon his arrival, net sales had recently fallen nearly 20%, and debt weighed on its prospects. An earlier multi-year effort with Google technology and digital watches had not helped either. Fogliato decided he wanted a more focused, efficient Fossil that's financially stronger while still leveraging a long-time fashion name. He's pulled back an overly aggressive discounting on products, closed stores, and invested in innovation. Fogliato is showing progress. The stock price recently hit its highest point since March of 2023 after sales declines narrowed, and it got some good news on the debt front. Still, he faces obstacles to accelerate a company that needs more love from consumers. Next up, if everything old is new again, then everything thrifted is cool again. In Dallas, the cultural shift has given rise to a booming resale market that has quickly become one of the city's most dynamic retail segments, and that rise is expected to continue with nearly 70 secondhand stores in the city, from themed resale stores in Bishop Arts to the luxury consignment boutiques in Knox Henderson, and even larger chains like 2nd Street, Goodwill, and Thrift Giant. The city has become a thriving secondhand hub for big and small retailers. The Dallas-Fort Worth resale scene is no longer an obscure subculture of the retail world. It's now front and center. The city's rapid growth and steady stream of new residents and company headquarters has catapulted the area into a major force in the retail landscape. According to the Boston Consulting Group, the second-hand fashion and luxury market is growing 3 times faster than the first-hand market. And this momentum is only expected to grow in the years to come. A 2025 report from ThredUp, a web-based apparel marketplace, expects the second-hand apparel market to reach $74 billion by 2029. And it was a nightmarish loss with an embarrassing defensive effort in Dallas's 34-17 defeat at the hands of the New York Giants, a team that still had a shot at the draft's first overall pick on the final Sunday of the season. The Giants thumbed their noses at that idea, grabbed a 16-10 lead at halftime, then pulled away to win by 17. The most ridiculous part came with Dallas leading 10-9 just before halftime, shortly after Brian Schottenheimer had passed on a short field goal, wasted a timeout trying to draw the Giants offside, then saw Dak Prescott chased out of the pocket where he threw an incompletion, giving New York the ball at its own 4-yard line with 2:49 to play. The Giants then went 96 yards to score before the half ended. The Cowboys finished the season with 7 wins, 9 losses, and a tie, a half game better than a year ago. The Cowboys have lots of questions that need answers as they head into the offseason. One of those is on the defensive side of the ball. The Cowboys gave up an average of 30 points per game. In 66 years, Dallas has never allowed 30 points per game. Thanks for listening. For more on today's stories and the latest breaking news, visit dallasnews.com. And don't forget to check out the Dallas Morning News Rewards program for our virtual events. For more info on upcoming events, visit rewards.dallasnews.com. Enjoy your day, and I'll be back tomorrow with more from the Dallas Morning News.